Okay, I think it is time for us to unlock you. And finally, unlock you. But I'll wait for that one to be finished. Yeah, we've got some more wheat on the way. And some of it is going to back stuff back onto the other belts, sadly. Wow, we are actually making a lot of bread. That is really impressive. Food, yeah, we're producing 3.11 food. Unity through food. That is really nice. But yeah, I think that is gonna that vindicates my preference for ramps instead of transports. Everyone's always but trucks could go underneath transports. Just only worry about it when there's going to be excavators. No, because at least one of those giant transports does require is a mover of liquids and gases. Yes, for the most part, they are mining trucks, but not all of them. I've buried most of my pipes, but I just don't think it's worth it. That's the thing. It's kind of funny to do, but and it makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. It's just, I don't... It just seems so much effort for so very little gain. How are you handling your settlement's trash, by the way? You shouldn't burn it. You can throw it into the ocean. It doesn't create pollution. To get more building space, you can then put a layer of some dirt on top for a nicer look. I'm not going to put plastic in the ocean. I refuse to get those little plastic rings around turtlenecks. You can do it, you monster, but I'm not going to do it. I'm burning the... but to answer your question, yeah, I'm burning oh, God damn it. The waste. I have recycling for biomass and everything else, but yeah, I'm burning the waste. I'm really liking the look of this, oh my lord. Well, everything is now just hinged on us getting this done. We've got enough to do it comfortably. Why are there only 4 being made when it says it'll produce 6? It seems to only be using 4 too. That doesn't make any sense. How curious. Oh, very curious. Oh, 6 per minute. That's quite right. Sorry, that was very dumb. That's 6 per 60 seconds. Not 6 per operation. You are quite right. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Because I was genuinely confused. Genuinely. It could take 240 though. Oh my lord. Once we've got that done, we'll start work on a liquid hauler. Gentleman Gamer no longer has anywhere that needs... No, Gentleman Gamer does not have... Where are you grouped with? Are you just not grouped? Maybe you're not. Actually, no. Let's not pop them in Dave. Let's pop that one back with Karen. Alright. Let us continue the excavations. Aaron is slowly making their way through all of this. Let's unpause chunk. It's taking so long. It hurts. Chat help. Right, we can now trade construction parts 3 for electronics if we want them. Don't, but it is an option if I did. We could probably win that fight if we were lucky. Okay, let's head home. And time, I feel, to unpause some of the research. And on that research note, let us go for... Don't need vehicle management. Could go for the ultra-large storage, maybe. Ship bridge. Actually, yeah, let's go for this. And then the... Ooh. Ship armor. Probably well worth it. And then fuel tank upgrade. We'll see where that goes. That's a lot of work for our colony to get done, but... Sweet Orange Bunny, if someone pops a naming game for that, then yes, you can. It doesn't appear to be any wheat blocking the corn silo. There we go. All right then. But what are we gonna name the chunky truck? Big chunkers. Bob. I respect that. There we go. Bob it is. I am going to put a little bit of an empty order on these. Well, it's not strictly necessary. Actually, that being said, I mean, I am getting rid of the slag as is. And I suppose once rock can't go in there... Actually, you know what? No, let's dial that down. I'm not sure if I want to or not. I really don't know. But it gives us a lot of material to suddenly go and use. Otherwise, they're just using rock. So there is a feeling of that. You know what? No. Let's go ahead. Let's empty that out. I'm fine with it. This slag has to be dumped as soon as we can. Generally, just to keep things moving. But we're going to grind it up. If we don't need it, we'll use it elsewhere. But why do you just dump processed resources? I fail to understand that logic. Oh, well, right now, my trucks don't have enough stuff to dump. I want the space. Shadow hiss. I guess I could just dump this slag as is, but I mean, I could. Well, but that's the thing, Shadowhiss. I don't have enough unprocessed rock straight from the mines. They're automatically dumping the rock when they can't put it in here. I just don't... I'm not digging enough rock. Which is surprising, considering all of this. I'm actively trying to dig rock in order to have it to dump, but I just don't have enough. No, we're not getting more volume gravel. It is literally 1-to-1. It would have been nicer if we did, but 24 rock, 24 slag, 24 crushed slag, 24 rock, 24 gravel. I've often wondered about that though. It feels like you should end up with more. Why dig rock to dump it? Well, ultimately I need to get down through this rock anyway. Because that is a lot of rock there though. So it's going to be quite deep down the ore. So ultimately we're going to be digging up that rock anyway. But the slag is the only one that is just an honest to goodness byproduct. And we need to dump the slag because if we don't, it kind of chokes the industry. Rock, we could get away with, but just wait for a long time to flesh out the docks. But we've got all of this stuff there, so we may as well just dump it. I mean, the other thing I could do is, realistically, I could just tell them to empty this, but then I would have to start juggling the fill command versus the empty command because I can only have one or the other on it. It would be very different if I could just say, hey, if I could turn off keep full or empty, and trucks would just grab it because I've made it available, or rather I've not expressly told them they're not allowed to gather it and dump it, but it seems that dumping orders are very, very, very passive. You have to expressly tell something to be dumped, basically, by saying, hey, take it from this silo and do something with it, but not have anything else for them to do. But yeah, in the general sense, one of the reasons why you basically move rock around is because as a mountain, I can't really do much with it. Like, I can't do anything with that. But as a, well, I mean, you know, I wouldn't want to dig through there. But flattening this area out over here means that eventually I'm going to be able to move all of this across. And then I'm going to be able to make larger 3x3, well, 8 tile, but yeah, 3x3 housing blocks with something nice in the middle. In terms of grinding them up, I'm actually using slag as a priority because slag needs to be gotten rid of more. And then I've got a bit of an overflow. But the gravel I use to make sand, effectively. But, yep, tall neck is ready. Quite true. Right, Karen. is going to get a tall neck. There we are. My god, that is gigantic. Oh wow, look at the amount of ground that just churns up as it moves. If you dig up the groundwater layer to the point that it's oh crap. No longer available, then what will happen next is the ground will sorry, what am I talking about? There we go. If you dig up the ground such that the water layer would be able to flood into the crater, does exactly what you'd expect. The crater floods. However, you can't unflood it, so this is not a good idea. The game won't let you lower the coast below water. You can on this map. You can burst the banks on this map and flood the crater. So I'm told. And so I've been shown. Unless that was a very good Photoshop. I believe Duffelfish tried it out pretty much immediately. Sure that Karen is set to not allow dirt. Alright, well that's not happening then. Let's move Tall Neck and Bob over to the coal mining area. They should get some use out of there, at the very least. Is there any animation or does it just fill? I wouldn't know. Perhaps we'll find out. There's definitely a possibility that by the end of this map we will just throw caution to the wind and see what happens. But one of the other reasons why you might want to use gravel over rock for filling an area is it has a very different texture. I've seen some people do very, very interesting art projects by using the different textures of the materials while they've been cladding an area. Yeah, the darker stuff is slag. That's plastic, dirt, more or less. All of this is rock. That's natural rock. I don't know if dumped rock ends up looking like that as well. Could be wrong about that. I'm not sure. No, I'm fairly certain that's just a like a variant texture of rock, but I've only ever seen it be less granular like that in natural. I think when you dump with rock, it ends up looking much more like that. Finally down here, they are. And it's just waiting. On that note, I could probably afford, now that that is there, to draw back, let's say, 2 of them and 3 of them. Let's have those move elsewhere. Popping 1 here. An extra truck. Does Dave need one? Realistically? What's Dave doing right now? Sure. Dave can have an extra one as well. And Karen will get one. Oh, actually, no, Karen won't. Sorry, Karen. I'm hoping someone will go over there and dump soon. It's kind of vexing that they're not. Is there a reason for that? Karen does have control over that area, so they really should be dumping. Oh, maybe... maybe it's that little spot there was not traversable for them. We'll have a watch. Let's make sure that Tall Neck is going for the coal, though. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that just one of those excavators is probably enough, so I'm going to draw back another one. And move that over to Karen as well. Any trucks coming down this way? I'm a little bit surprised by that one, I'm not going to lie. Well, is it possible that that's too close, perhaps? Let's draw that back. Might be what it was. Well, one way I could force it is to dump a bit more from these. A lot of vehicles should come and grab stuff, and we'll see if some of them at least go over here. A sudden flurry of vehicles making their way. Doesn't look like it. I would be surprised if there was a priority for dumping sites, frankly. Maybe. And it's definitely allowing this stuff, so... Yeah, the dump is in Karen's area. Does that mean that it won't get filled because I've got excavators there, or how does that work? What I don't want to do is just leave that there half broken. Let me remove that area for now. Just move it there. And see if that will allow global filling to happen. I allowed only slag, not crushed slag. Yeah, but I still had gravel available. Oh, I didn't. I did have crushed slag, though. Interestingly, but I didn't have gravel available. My bad. Let's dump a little bit more of that, then. Regardless, now it's outside of the dumping zone, so... I suppose one way I can force it to happen is just to remove that. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Oh, there are very few places that they're allowed to dump. In fact, let's remove these as well. There are now only... In fact, there is only that place they're allowed to dump. There we go. Starting to see it happening now. Okay, it took a while, but I did get there in the end. I would really like it if Karen was in control of that area, though. Otherwise, there's a good chance that we're going to be dumping dirt there, and that is just going to roll all the way down the hill. Yeah, but I think if you have excavators and trucks assigned to a tower, only they will dump in that area. Not fully sure, though. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Everyone allowed will dump. Okay. Thank you very much for looking up, though, Shadowhiss. I appreciate that, mate. Time to dump an awful lot of gravel over there. Go, go, go. Well, that said, as much as I thought it was just going to be a flat upgrade, it isn't. So I'm going to need to stockpile some tier 2 materials just so I can keep having making more tier 2 trucks. So I'm going to need them. Oh my lord, that's going to take a while. Yeah, it's too bad we can't get Bob. Honestly, I was expecting that even though it was only loose materials, that Bob would just be able to move around the ample amount of loose materials that we have. No, Bob doesn't dump. It doesn't seem, anyway. Well, I mean, right now, Bob's got coal, but I don't know if the mega vehicles will dump like usual. I'm really not sure. But the fact that it has to be... it has to be used at a mine anyway, is a bit of a shame. Bob can dump. Ah, good. That's good to hear. But it would have to be very specifically at rock or something, I suppose. Well, that being said, how about then? Let's go back to Karen. Take 2 of those away. Let's get Karen up here instead to gather some rock, because I don't want to dig down anymore in that mine until I've made that area a little bit more secure. And we can take Gentleman Gamer and have them fill that area in for us. That might work. Yeah, it does look like the larger trucks do not do any kind of ferrying around. It looks like they only deal with what they're handed by an excavator, basically. Whether that's dumping it somewhere or taking it to storage. But it doesn't appear that, sadly, they do anything else. Off you go. Just a little bit short. Let's just do that, just so that you're available. Otherwise that is going to be a problem. We can probably trade that coal for something. Oh yeah, I can trade it for some diesel. I don't really need it. And I definitely don't need the sulfur, but at least it will get it out of our inventory, I suppose. Please go away. There we go. There we are. Alright, let's have a watch of how much mountain disappears when this takes a chunk. Quite a lot. And to be fair to Bob, Bob is actually stupidly fast. What are we going to call the next one? The liquid/gas truck. That one will be able to haul from storages. Because there's no excavator that loads liquids. Off you go. What are we doing with the food? I mean, not awfully, to be fair. My god, the amount of bread, though. You've completely backstuffed on bread. That is bonkers. Actual bonkersness. Have you already done it? Oh, you dropped it off. That's cheating. Why would you do this? Oh well. I was hoping to see you dump it over there, but alas, no. Not today. The big excavator does fill the smaller truck. That's a good point, actually. Okay. Got a couple of those over there, then. And we're definitely going to want another Bob. Only it won't be Bob. It'll be Jim. My 3,000 pop town sits on one bakery, and it's still constantly backlogged. Bread is OP. It really is, yeah. It is bonkers effective. I was going to set that up, but there's really no point. Although, that being said, I guess we'll turn it into food crates for trading. It's probably the best use for it. Doing for... No, we're not really doing well there, so I do need to continue digging down a bit. Are we out of... Oh, we are, damn. Well, at this point I could trade for some more. Sure. At this point we're just slowly filling the rock silo back up. Mind you, it doesn't help that they've got so far to travel, but I suppose it's not the worst. What I really want to see is Bob actually carry stuff down and dump it, but... Oh. Interesting. Bob goes to chill out. Unless... Oh, it's got dirt. Well... Okay, I suppose we do need some areas filled back in over here then. At least they will have somewhere to dump the dirt. That is fantastically... One dirt! One dirt! Bob was stuck there with one dirt. Greatly, deeply distressing. I can only assume because this thing dug up one dirt, and that was it. Oh, you're going to refuel, okay. Oh, there we are. Vehicle assigned. Yes. Ultra Mega Refuel Vehicle. We shall call you... Okay, Lady Sheilab, thanks for the reminder. What shall we call you? Chat wants teapot, okay. Teapot can hold 180 units of fuel. Wow. That's it. Quite impressive, yeah. 3 times the regular refuel truck. Marvellous, I must say. Okay, well, the rock levels are getting back there. We've still got to expand that out a little bit because I hate to see that on the verge of breaking. But at this stage, we're almost at the point now where we dig down the next level. We just finished Ship's Bridge. How much would that take to add? A lot. I'm going to cancel that for now. We're not going to go for that one. We're working on armor. I would like to get the armor up so that we can actually stand a chance with... Ooh, there we were off to do something. Let's watch. So we can actually stand a chance against some of the enemies, but... Can you refuel all 3 of them while you're there? Maybe you are not the best one to be in that job, because they can only hold like 27. I'm wondering about that. Might not be the best one for us to use there. Might want you to just carry stuff around like water or fuel gas, perhaps. But we've made some pretty hefty progress today. We have upgraded the the concrete area quite significantly. We're now using rock to produce sand and, when there isn't enough slag, which is probably going to be never, extra, we can use that to make the concrete as well. We have switched over to fuel gas burners, though, instead of coal, so that's a little bit nicer. We have finally got something that looks like a mine going on, and I am deeply, deeply satisfied with that. We have started excavating much deeper on the coal front. Additionally, we do have production of household goods, which is why we've got a lot of Unity right now. It's a very good time. Somehow, we're still going with just 2 maintenance workshops. Hopefully, we can move up to a much better recipe before too much longer. We have started using bread to feed our population, which is ridiculous. There is so much food here now. And what even more besides, we need to do something with it. Like maybe break it down into fuel gas, for example. We have switched over the refinery significantly. We're no longer producing hydrogen. We are instead breaking all of the naphtha down that isn't being used to make rubber into fuel gas. It's not too bad. We've also expanded out our production of fertilizer, which in turn has expanded out our production of fertilizer too. We have upgraded the cornfields used for chicken feed, quite significantly actually, and we're also processing the corn into corn mash and then onto ethanol. Right now we're purely using the ethanol to supplement our boilers, but that will probably change in the future. Additionally, it is probably worth our while if we switched all of these over to the more efficient setup. Whether we do or not, hard to say. These are spinning down for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but hopefully they'll spin back up. We can see the larger generators working quite hard. Are any of these producing any smoke? No. Okay, that's good. We have also upgraded to a much more modern and up-to-date research area, and of course we are producing gigantic vehicles. It is a good time to be alive. The final job, though not really complete, is we have designed but not had the opportunity to build, because we're building up the materials for it, a significantly upgraded steel and iron refinery. Something we desperately need right now, which makes it all the more frustrating that we can't afford to tear this down and build it, but we will get there. It requires somewhere in the realm of 2.8k construction parts 3. Let's bring that up. 2.9k construction part 3. Everything else we could have relatively quickly, including the construction parts 2s. I would need to add a little bit of extra storage for those, but nothing particularly wild. It's really the construction part 3s which are holding us back, and sadly, it's not something we can easily get away from. But once we've got this, we will actually be making a lot more out of the materials we've got. However, we will be even more reliant on limestone, which is a little bit of a worry, I'm going to be honest. We'll have to see what we can do with that. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Butter's right. I did miss a lot. Yeah, we actually made a lot of progress. We also made a lot of progress on the map. We're kind of locked in right now, but we'll see where we can go. We've got some items down here, which have the treasure chest basically unlocks stuff. So they're like research unlocks. We've discovered a quartz mine, which will be useful for silicon. We've discovered a coal mine. We've also discovered a uranium mine. And that's it for the mines that we've got. There is a groundwater well over here. So, you know, we can ship in water from the sea. So we've got a lot of options ahead of us. But thank you very much for joining me. It was a absolute pleasure. And I hope to see you in the next stream, which will probably be in a few days' time. But that's it for me. So until next time, take care, everyone.